coming to the wider question of your arrest, which of course, in several quarters was seen as a sign of an attempt to once again target civil society, to once again target voices that may have been seen as critical of the establishment, with of course the counter coming, and again we're not getting into the specifics of the case per se, with the counter coming that this is not conventional activism, this is motivated, this is got political dimensions to it.
See, I'll just repeat here the July 11th judgment of the Supreme Court, which came out while I was in jail. I read about it through the newspapers. I used to get 2 newspapers a day and also read some of the Gujarati papers that some of the fellow under trials got, because I can read Gujarati, it's my mother tongue. And that 2-judge bench of the Supreme Court on July 11th passed a very strong judgment on what bail norms should be in this country. And I would just like to reiterate that, because I was also in jail in a period, Srinivasan, which is a post-COVID period, So I have seen a fellow under trials, some of them who became friends, who have been there for 2.5 years, 4 years, 8 years. And the COVID period has just made it worse, because the access to justice was not considered an essential commodity. So the courts were shut, the bail courts were shut. So, one really needs our country to realize that personal freedom is important, and incarceration cannot be the norm. I mean, I had women coming in and out, we had women coming in and out of our barracks, come in one night because of daru ke dhanda ka hai ya jhagde ke hai. In 2 days they are out, in 3 days they are out. Others who are there for some PASA, somebody is there for Gakoka, somebody is there for NDTS, somebody is there for murder. I can understand some of the charges are serious.
Right.
But what the Supreme Court says about the bail hearing should happen within 2 to 3 weeks in the Sessions Court, then in the High Court, and then, it needs to be taken very seriously.
Okay, but of course, those are important questions that one should turn one lens on. But coming back to what I was saying, that this idea that that your arrest and is part of the wider sort of pattern of crackdown on activists, with, as I said, the counter being that this isn't conventional activism, there's a kind of political dimension to it. To that, what would you say? Again, talking in a general sense.
You have to, I got it. I want to just say that we have a set of laws in this country. We have a set of laws, IPC laws, other laws in this country. And those laws need to be applied with some degree of honesty, and with some degree of impartiality and autonomy by the police, And I think the whole issue of the police not becoming an arm of the executive is the question here. I mean, look what happened with Mohammed Zubair, for instance. While I was inside jail, then he gets bail. There are so many other examples. There are so many other examples of this kind of quote-unquote crackdown happening. And I think it's quite worrying, actually, because if you have a situation where the police becomes used to and gets away with this kind of without due process arrest and raid, it can actually be a threat to anybody tomorrow.
And and to the
it could be a businessman, it could be anybody. It might start with activists, but it can then be extended to anybody.
Okay, but to the allegation of motivated activism, you would say what?
No, I would, like I said, I can't speak about my case, but
no, in a general sense,
myself in court and my organization. I think I mean, we have a constitution in force in this country where the whole issue of fundamental rights, social justice, directive principles is something that you can, go to court on.
Okay.
And if there is a feeling by a set of people, whether it is citizenship law or any other thing, where they feel that they are being discriminated by the state,
right,
then the constitution gives us the right of justiciability to go to court,
Okay.
That right cannot be taken away from individuals.